right? Cool. So now if we go back to our player, we can say when we're hit by a missile, if we don't have a star, return. Otherwise, create, well, before we create anything, we may as well say the game state dot remove star for our player. And maybe we can combine these into a single function. So we'll do it like this, which is sort of a violation of the command query principle. But I think we can just return false here. Nope. Okay, otherwise we can return a true value there. Fantastic. This is now a nice little one-liner. Cool. All right, so now let's just test that that works. So if I load up a missile and I go find player number 2, and shoot him in the face, I shouldn't see a star pop out of his butt, right? No star. However, if player number 2 zooms along and picks up a star and comes back, then well, that's not the shoot him in the face button. And I shoot him in the face, then I should see a star bounce out of him, and then I can pick it up and steal his star. Fantastic. Then I think one thing I forgot to do is when we remove star, we need to emit a change. What? What's it called? Yeah, emit change. So that essentially emits a signal so that the rest of the UI can update. Otherwise, we won't see that star loss reflected in the scores immediately, right? We want to definitely see that immediately. So, okay, player 2 needs to pick up a star. Player 1 needs to come and find him and shoot and shoot him in the face, right? And what we expect to see is we expect to see this score. So the player 2 score to go back to 0 and this to go back to 7. So let's see. Fantastic. And then if I pick up his star, I get his star. Love it. All right, so the missile is now, I would say, fully implemented. So the next thing is the ice. So I'll show you the ice if you've just come to the stream and haven't seen the effect yet. So if I push I, I've got a cheat code which allows us to load ice into the player 1 ammunition. And if I shoot an icicle at the player, it'll explode, and anything that touches that ice aura will freeze for a certain amount of time. Right? So what we need to do is we need to implement a freeze effect on the player. So I'm gonna jump into the player scene and I'm going to instance a what should it be? You know what? In the for time, I think for time I'm just going to make the player blue, right? So we'll say var frozen equal, we'll just say, actually we'll say freeze is equal to null, right? And then, so if you get hit by the ice, it actually just knocks you back. It doesn't actually affect you. What affects you is the aura that gets created afterwards. So let's just check that our aura is listening to player collisions. So we jump into our weapons and our ice. Let's open up our aura scene and we should see, I think we should make the collision shape a tiny bit bigger. Do we, like, we don't want to be unfair on the player, right? So that's the worst thing, is like if they think they got past it and the visuals aren't showing them to be frozen, like, does that look like if you bang into that? I think that's fair, right? We want it to be as big as possible, but without being unfair. Yeah, okay. I think that's fair. And if you don't think that's fair, you can fuck off. Okay, so now we'll figure out the balance in testing. I think that's as close as we're gonna get it. I think, yeah. The only way to find out otherwise is with actual experience. Okay, so what do we care about? So I forgot to set the collisions. Okay, so let's grab our aura. Is that a static body? No, it's area 2D. Okay, cool. And for our collisions, we consider this to be a projectile. We only care about collisions with players, right? Okay. And all right, let me just check the documentation for the Area 2D event. I can't remember exactly what it is. I think it's like on area enter or something. Area entered. Right, okay. When another area enters. No, what? Area shape entered. Entered when another area enters. No, body entered. Yeah, body entered. Okay, sorry, we just used body entered then. Okay, so what we want to do is when we are ready, we want to connect a connect ourself to the body entered event, and we want to call the handler an on body entered, right? And here we just need to implement that and call this handlers. This is our callback section. Oh yeah, we need to save that as a variable because reasons. Cool. All right, and then we put func on body entered with the body as the argument, and I think we're going to say body dot hit with ice aura hit type, and here we're going to say at the top we're going to say a constant of ice. Oh mate, good luck. Good luck. Testing in prod. At least it's not a Friday. Or is it? I can't even remember. We'll just call it ice. Ice aura, just to be precise. Okay. We're going to be hit by the ice aura, and then we jump back into the player. And here, where was it? This public API, we've got this hit type, and we're going to say, duplicate that and say the hit type of the ice. I don't understand about being punished. You're being punished. Oh, I see. Friday deployments, yeah. Yeah, you should never do that. You should get drunk instead. That's what Fridays are for. Getting drunk, not deploying code. You heard it here. So spoketh the cat. Okay, cool. So let's just implement this. Whoa, what happened? I closed that. So here we go. We can say on hit by ice aura, and this. Oh my god! I used to be before I quit my job, I was a DevOps engineer, and if my guys went 2 months without a deploy, I'd be shitting myself. Get some DevOps, guys. Get some DevOps. Continuous delivery, continuous integration, continuous continuousness. It's the only way to do it. Yeah, no, I feel for you. It's tough. Software, if you don't do software, you don't understand how tough it is. Sometimes you take it for granted, but oh my god, if you have a team of more than 4 or 5 people, the complexity just grows to exponentially. Business shit. The worst. Okay, so what I want to say is our freeze is equal to 20. Oh. I find it hilarious how the business people and the product people never seem to be able to get aligned. I think it's because you have entirely different personalities working those parts of the business. So basically you have introverted analytical types building the product, and you've got extroverted feeling types marketing and managing,